Hi, so welcome to the Violet STEAM Education Tutorials. My name is Marissa, and in this video we're going to be learning how to code Violet's ultrasonic sensor. So an ultrasonic sensor is basically used to detect objects. Practically, it's used to avoid objects. In this tutorial, we're going to be using Violet's ultrasonic sensor to basically, if there's no object in front of Violet, turn on the blue LED. And if there is an object in front of it, turn on the red LED. So no object, blue LED, object, red LED. So to do that, we're going to introduce you to a new block. And before I do that, I'm just going to run you through how I've set up the code so far. So you've got the Arduino program block as per usual, and then I've also defined the red and blue LEDs. So the new block I'm going to introduce you to is called the if and else block, and you can fly that here in the control section. So I'm going to drag it out and just be wary that it's not the if block, but it's the if and else block that we're going to be using this tutorial. So to sort of explain how the if and else block works, I'll use an everyday example. So when I wake up in the morning and I look outside, if it's sunny, I will choose to wear shorts. Otherwise, or else, I would choose to wear pants. So the same sort of example applies to how we want to set up the code for Violet using the ultrasonic sensor. If the ultrasonic sensor, so we'll put in some information here that says if the ultrasonic sensor detects an object and will say less than 15 centimeters away, then I will turn on the red LED. Else or otherwise, I will turn on the blue LED. So, we know that we need to set up the red and blue LEDs. So the red LED in this section, the blue LEDs in this section. So let's do that first. So we'll go back to Robots and we'll set up the digital pins. Drag out 2 of those. And then we'll put in the variables. So we know that in the if section of the if and else block, we're going to turn on the red LED, and that's already set up for high. And in the else section of the if and else block, we're going to set the blue LED on high or also on. Now, to set up the ultrasonic sensor, we need 2 blocks. So the first block we can find in Robots, and if you come down to here, you'll see read ultrasonic sensor. I'm just going to place that right here. And the reason being is you can actually work this out for yourself. If you try to put that in here, it actually doesn't click into place, and that's because we're missing a block that is basically a squashed hexagon, and we can find that here in operators. So remembering that I said that I wanted this to say if the ultrasonic sensor detects something less than 15 centimeters, so the block I'm looking for is this one. We could have also used greater than 15 centimeters. It would just mean that these two would have to swap around. But for the sake of this tutorial, we'll just use this one. And now you can chuck in the ultrasonic sensor block there. One more thing about the ultrasonic block. You'll see this trig pin and this echo pin. The trig pin is, so the way that the ultrasonic sensor actually works is it sends out a ping, or the ultrasonic sonic wave, and when it hits the object, that ultrasonic wave will come back. So the trig pin actually sends out that ping, the echo pin receives the pin. You might recall that when we're looking at 13 and 12, 13 and 12 were actually used for LEDs. That's how we designed the Violet PCB. So when we designed her for the ultrasonic sensor, we set up the trig pin to be at 3 and the echo pin to be set up at 2. And then if I read this again, so reading the ultrasonic sensor, less than, and we said 15 centimeters. So just keep in mind that this is in centimeters, not meters, and not millimeters, in centimeters. So let's read this. If the ultrasonic sensor detects an object less than 15 centimeters away, I will turn on the red LED. Otherwise, or else, turn on the blue LED. Alright, let's give that a shot. So as you can see, currently Violet is not detecting any objects in front of it, and we can see that from the blue LED that's turned on. And if I put my hand in front of her, the red LED doesn't turn on and neither does the blue LED turn off. So, there are a few issues with our program here. So, first things first, let's tackle the problem with why the red LED is not turning on. So, if we take a look at the if and else statement, we've noticed that that Violet sort of picked up this side of the if and else statement, but not this side of the if and else statement. So initially there was no object in front of Violet, and so the program told Violet to turn on the blue LED. But there was nothing to sort of, I guess, recheck that the red LED would turn on if Violet, in fact, actually detected an object in front of it. Another way to put it is there was nothing to sort of repeat this part of the program to keep checking if there was an object in front of Violet. And the choice word being repeat, you might recall that there is a block called the repeat block. We'll find that in control. Instead of using the repeat block, what we're going to use is the forever block. So this is kind of helpful to know that any time that you use the if and else block, you will generally need to use the forever block around it. So let's give that a shot. Alright, so we have Violet not detecting an object, and that's indicated by the blue light being turned on. And let's see what happens when I put my hand in front of her. The red LED turns on. But you will also notice that the blue LED has remained on, and if I remove my hand, the red LED doesn't turn off. So, you might recognize that there is nothing in this program to actually turn off the LEDs. So the way that that Violet sort of worked in this scenario was there was no object in front of her, so she turned on the blue LED. It kept on repeating through this, and then when it detected that there was an object in front of Violet, she turned on the red LED. But there was nothing to turn off the blue LED in this part of the if and else statement. And likewise, in this section, there is nothing to turn off the red LED. So that's exactly what we're going to put in. So I'll get this block and get another digital pin block, and I'll set up the variables for that. So that one will have the blue LED and that one will have the red LED. And we're going to be turning these ones off. Basically, it's just important to remember that whatever you do here, if there's sort of like an opposite reaction on the other side of the if and else statement, you have to make sure that you turn off whatever you did in this if section also here, and vice versa. So there you have it. That's basically the program that we wanted to create for this tutorial. I'll let you try that. That's basically it. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed it.